Hey kids, and all you RuPaul's Drag Race fans out there, this is James, and I'm going to be reviewing the 2015 Congratulations Tour, the Battle of the Seasons for the RuPaul's Drag Race girls. They came to my town last night in Charlotte, North Carolina. This show was about 2 hours long. It was at Amos South End. We got there and it was raining everywhere. You couldn't find any parking. I digress. I looked over and I saw somebody that looked like Amy Winehouse a little bit with this big old black wig on her head. And I said, oh my God, that's Adore Delano. And Adore Delano was outside, standing in the rain with the patrons that were standing waiting to get into the club because they were wrapped around the block, taking pictures and signing autographs. So that told me right there that she loves her fans, and she really wanted to, come out and show her support. And hell, she stood out in the rain and drag. So kudos to Adore Delano on that. I didn't quite get a picture with her. So let's go over the show. I'm going to go over how it went down, what they did, and what my thoughts were. We had our lovely Mistress of Ceremonies, Michelle Visage, and the girls. She always has them girls, honey. I don't know where she pulls them from. Her testicles, maybe. She started off the show with a little monologue, welcoming everybody to the show and explaining a little bit about it and talking to the crowd, blah, blah, blah. Kind of warming them up a little bit. We had Detox, Adore Delano, Ivy Winters, Bianca Del Rio, Jinx Monsoon, Sharon Needles, and no Fifi O'Hara. I went to see Fifi O'Hara, but we got Alaska 5000 in her place. So let's go over Detox. Detox did Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now from Mannequin. It's one of her famous numbers where she stands there. And since we were at Amos South End, when she did a mannequin part, since they had like a barrier up in the front, she wasn't able to like hold the, how she holds the purse open and is still or whatever. She wasn't able to do that as well. And so I was standing back, some rows back behind the sound guy, and she had her purse into the audience and told her to pass it around. Clever girl. She had an offering tray and everything, girl. Let's just put it in there. Because we were implored at the beginning of the show, if we want to tip them, to throw money at the stage. We like to hand them our money. We don't like to ball it up and throw it at them, like a circus peanut at an elephant. So anyway, she did really good. And then she'd come out for her second number. She did some kind of sex number. Remember on the RuPaul's Drag Race when she had that corset outfit on, and it was all laced up and the back of her ass was showing? She wore that for the sex number. And she came out and was riding some guy's shoulder doing a number too. She rode his shoulders all the way out through the crowd, and she was feeling her oats, so they would say. So she put on a really good show. One of my favorites, Adore Delano. I really liked her on RuPaul's Drag Race. She came out and did I Adore You, which is my favorite song. Her voice was crazy good live. She didn't get the stage dive because, again, there was, the barricades were up and stuff like that. But I Adore You is one of her greatest songs. Until I got home and they were promoting Jump the Gun. I kind of like that song, so we'll see about that in the future. And then for her second number, she came out and did DTF with a guy that's supposed to be the single Rich Mingle. And the funny thing is, she brought him on stage, to do the single, Are You Single, blah, blah. And she French kissed him right there on the stage and kind of did DTF on him. And then she just left the poor kid up there and she hauled ass off into the audience. So the next thing you know, she's kissing members of the audience. She didn't care who the hell they were. She just walked up and French kissing them, which I think is her MO. Next, let's talk about Ivy Winters. But she did My Strongest Suit, but she did 5 costume changes. She was busy. And then her next number, she came out and did the stilts, which she barely, she was so tall, and the movie was so not tall, that you couldn't see the top of her head. And she knew that, and she kept going in front of lights so that you could see her in between. All in all, she was great. I met her back there, and she was really nice. And I said, "Hey, girl, I love your eyelashes." And she said, "This little unknown drag queen named Manila Luzon taught me a trick." And I was like, "Oh, they're fabulous." But she was really nice. She stayed around and talked to the fans for quite some time. My least favorite, Jinx Monsoon. So her first number was pretty good. It was some Broadway number I'd never even heard of before. But I did hear the setup was similar to this drag queen that was on YouTube. I don't know if you remember her or not. She was some Spanish queen and she was singing this song, something about her beans. Stay out of my garden, my beans, and all this other shit. And then she was in this old raggedy ass outfit, and when she spun around, the rags fell down and made drags. So she went from rags to drags. Jinx was similar. She kind of did something a little similar, except she didn't do the twirly thing. But she come back up and a little blue outfit that I thought she looked good in, and she had blue hair. She looked like Mrs. Slocum, but here's what it is. Her voice sounded good in the first one, and then the all-encompassing fifth element, squalling. Opera singer, you are not. Opera dress, that is not. That looked like a Cato's wedding dress with carrot orange hair and pale skin. She looked like a carrot dipped in whipped cream. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I felt like Bianca Del Rio. I called that intermission. I went to pee. It wasn't good. Didn't like that one. Sharon Needles. So Sharon Needles is another one. She won. Good for you. I don't really care for her that much. Her type of drag is just doesn't appeal to me. She's saying something about a haunted house. The first one, she looked fabulous, but let me tell you, from a distance, she looked like Amanda Lepore. Yeah, she looked fabulous, but her music, I don't like it. Hashtag Marilyn Manson did it before. Rehashed. So, in her second number, she did a song called Dracula, and it's off of her new album that she was promoting, Taxidermy, I think she said, her sophomore album. I guess the freshman album was Haunted House. I don't know. She had one good song out. I can't remember what it was, but they remixed the shit out of it, and it was the remix was better than the song. But she did Dracula, and I don't know what the hell she was channeling. If she was trying to channel like Interview with a Vampire, old school 90s, something like that. But she looked like Ozzy Osbourne up there. I about screamed, Sharon! Not a fan. Then, afterwards, in the tour bus area or whatever, there was this one girl in a skull dress, and she really, really wanted to meet Sharon, you could tell, and she kept going, Sharon, Sharon! But Sharon was having drama. There was some girl there. If anybody knows what the drama was, or heard about on Tumblr, or Instagram, or Twitter, or Snapchat, if you guys know what happened, I would love to know. That little girl and some weird-haired looking guy, Sharon was over there. She's like, where's she at? Where's she at? And then she goes over there, and she grabs the girl, and they're arguing, and then they're hugging, and then they're arguing, and then they're hugging, and then she takes the girl on the bus with her. No, on the tour bus. Ivy Winters was none too pleased to have that little girl on the bus. She goes, excuse me. So anyway, they come back down, and they make this fuss, and they go away, and they come back, and go away, and they come back. Tell me if you know what's going on. Let's move on to Bianca Del Rio. Now, I was really excited to see her. I was as excited to see her as I was Fifi O'Hara. Fifi O'Hara does that kind of drag, she does that kind of high drag, high costume, and dancing, and high energy. That's the kind of drag that I respond to, but I'm also up for other types of drag. And I've become a fan of Bianca Del Rio's recently, from watching her YouTube videos, for performances all over the world and all over the country. But last night, she was flat as a fiddle, acting like a 7-Up that had been laid out in the summer sun for like 5 hours. I don't know what was wrong with her. She seemed bothered. I don't know. Maybe she had jet lag. I know she's been touring a lot, but I look at it like this, we pay our money just like everybody else in Australia or whatever else, and just like every performer, pop performers or whatever, you have to give 100% every night. You can't just give 70% because you're tired. If you're tired, take some time off. Although she was tired, you know, she had some cute, some cute little stories, but she was only out there for like 5 minutes. You know, I wanted the Bianca Del Rio that I'd seen, and then I realized she gave it to me because I'd seen it all before. It would have been rehashed. All right, some of the jokes I already knew, blah 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 blah. So, yeah, it is what it is. She gets a C plus from me. I don't know if it matters, but read me if you don't like it, Bianca Del Rio. But you were just okay. Next is Alaska. Alaska was put in because Fifi had some type of emergency. We hope that you get that all taken care of, Fifi, because you are one of my favorites. She had some kind of emergency or something, and so Alaska had to come in her place. But we did not find this out until the very last minute. One of my friends come and told me, and I thought, boo, I always like Alaska. Hi, I love that. But how many hours can you sit around and listen to hi, bye? So Alaska comes out on the very first number, and she sings I Have Nothing. It was very good. She has a nice voice, but it sounded like in some parts that Sharon jumped out of her throat. I don't know what the hell she was doing, but it was funny, and she was good. She was the most prominent of all of the queens last night. I said, bring it on. I want more Alaska. All you can give me. And they did in spades. She came out like 3, 4, 5 times. So her second number was hair. You're not my hair. I'm not my hair. You're not some hair. This is not a wig. This is my hair. Doing this thing, and then this attack of this big old hairball came out with like something that Sasha Bell threw up in the last mini challenge. So she did hair, and then, to top it all off, my favorite. To end the show, it was wonderful. Everything about it was fabulous, and it is an amazing song. Your makeup is terrible, but I love you anyway. It was wonderful. She had so much energy and just loved the crowd. And she was crawling over the fence and in the crowd singing the song with the crowd and stuff like that. And it was so good. So I would say that the winner of the evening was Alaska. She was the most entertaining, the most prevalent, the most outspoken. And every single time she hit that stage, it was like this. Hi! They had little fillers like the Snatch Game, where, they had Jinx Monsoon as Betty Davis, Bianca Del Rio as Judge Judy, at Detox as Clucky the Chicken, and Alaska as Laganja Estranja. Yes, God! She was so funny. Sharon Needles as Joan Rivers. And she was actually really good. It's about the only time I was entertained by Sharon the entire night. I was really, really entertained by Jinx Monsoon as Betty Davis. This place is a dump. It was fabulous. So kudos, little carrot head. So my review, all in all, is a positive review. So good job on RuPaul's Drag Race Battle of the Seasons. It was really enjoyable. And if you get a chance to see them, I'm sure they'll be coming to a city near you. Please check them out. They do a wonderful job. Congratulations, guys. Take care. Bye.